Yay Media Group.
So if you actually consume my content, nobody does stuff like I do. That's why I have one of the best YouTube channels. The only one outdoing me is Trixie Mattel, and that's because she's grandfathered in. No shade.
I was going to say because she's white.
But listen, we love the doll, but you can only do so many makeup videos. No shade.
Everyone, welcome back to another episode of Highkey. How you doing? How you feeling? What's going on with this ginger, brave Pixar Disney movie wig you have on?
I feel like every spy in the early 2000s. Like,
you are giving the mom of the Spy Kids.
Oh, am I? Oh, yeah. Wait, what's her name? Carla Gugino? Is that it?
I feel like you just made that up, but yes.
Listen, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Right now. Oh my God, you ate that, bitch. What?
Yeah. I'm not even that type of gay girl.
That's
I think it's
crazy. How did you know her name off the top of your head like
it's
that?
It's the superpower. It's because honestly, she was in Watchmen and it was so hot. Like that was my favorite movie when it came out. All I ever drew after that was like big blue dicks and women in skimpy outfits.
See, I've never seen the movie. I've only seen the HBO show.
Oh, well, I mean, the HBO show was like way fiercer because it like connected to history and our story and shit. But the movie, like at a time where Marvel was starting to put out more of its Marvel movies, like that movie really, really hammered in something different. I'd compare it to like the same energy of like The Dark Knight and like the really good Batman shit that makes things about the world.
Yeah. Okay, I'll add that to my list. To be honest, I guess I never really realized, or maybe I forgot that it was a film first, and then they adapted it to television. But
it was a comic book first. You know, I'm just on my comic shit. This is actually my Toad hair. I've got like a performance in an X-Men show tomorrow, but I'm trying to give Toad a little flavor. Bitch, it has been a crazy little Pride already.
It has. Shout out to Pride Month. We kicked off Pride Month. It was really, really great with Out Loud Music Festival. It was amazing. I feel like it was honestly, it's 6 years in doing like a Pride, and it was like my favorite Pride I've done so far. And I love the energy this year. It felt so different because last year was like off the heels of like the election and just the energy around that. And I think it was just a lot going on last year. So it felt a little bit more somber. And then this year just felt like, yes, there's a lot of shit going on. But people came out needing to like let some steam off and like have a good time. And,
there was a reason to gather. Like, I mean, not that there never has been before, but that's actually exactly what I was feeling about Pride. That's like why it was my high key a couple weeks ago or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like we really need it. And already in what I've experienced, like, I've just really felt Pride. I've felt good about it. Maybe it's because I wasn't like handled by a bunch of well-meaning allies who were like, yes, diva, work that boot, sis. Oh my gosh, she is fierce and stunning. Like, girl, at least take a look at me and realize you're not speaking to that bitch. I've got a mustache on and my eyebrows are popping, okay?
Do you feel like you've had more gigs? Like, is it is it still giving recession indicator? Like,
I mean, okay, so that's what's wild is last year was the first time I started seeing corporate sponsors and shit like dropping out.
Yeah.
I feel like this is the year people are really commenting on it because it's sunk in. But last Pride, I was mostly unbooked and still blessed to be a faggot or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's this year where I've connected a lot more with like the community and where like the community in general is like really just trying to make shit work. Like half of my Pride bookings this year have come from like my friends, my associates, like my DMs.
Yeah.
So I think we're getting grassroots with Pride again, which is what it always should have been.
It always should have been. We have to that's the thing. Once we start to remember, we have to rely on our community to like each other to actually like continue to uphold each other and actually support each other and be there for each other. That's where this ecosystem that we internally create, you know, just continues to grow. And we can be like, fuck these corporate folks who are only here for a month and only want to show up during this moment. Like, fuck all that. Because here's the thing. We will remember. I was talking about this literally a couple weeks ago. We will remember who dropped out and who like wanted to all of a sudden try to return or who didn't return. Like, we are going to remember this. This community will remember this. And honestly, I hope that they feel the repercussions of that. I hope that these corporations feel, that you can't play with us because we are just as important to your overall business strategy as much as you think. And the fact that you were willing to bend the knee so easily, girl, fuck off.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is I've always been about like, girls, get your coin. I'm never going to be mad at girls taking corporate money. Unless like the corporation was 100% skeezy. Like, girl, I did the gigs. I went around, I took corporate shit and I thought it was cute the whole time. But the whole time I also know exactly what we mean to them. So It was also like get me out of this. Thank you for giving me a little bit back. I'm going to spend it probably back in the community this same weekend.
Yeah. Yeah.
When they pulled out, it was like, well, I didn't want you anyways, bitch.
Well, I think we should, before we get the show started, because one, we have a very special guest, very excited. I mean, you see it in the title, you see it on the thumbnail. Mistress Isabelle Brooks is joining us on the show today, which she never does podcasts, which I kind of understand why, because girl, this interview, she just has Mistress in media training will never exist. And honestly, I'm so thankful for it because she just allows herself to say whatever is on her mind. And also, I think we get to see a very vulnerable side of her in this interview. So I'm very excited for you all to lock in and take all this in. But we have some housekeeping that we want to also kind of update you on. We're going to be taking a little bit of a hiatus, like just a little bit of a break. I think some restructuring happening. You know, we're focused on a couple of different things and we just sort of want to work on that really quickly and then come back and like sort of relaunch Highkey in a new way. And I think we're very, very excited about the audience that we have created. I mean, literally being at Pride, so many people have came up to me and being like, hey, oh my God, I listened to your podcast. And I'm like, bitch, what? Like, huh? It still shocks me. It's so wonderful to like meet you all in real life. And we know that there's such an audience here and we're going to be depending on you all in a real way.
I hope you're ready for what's coming, baby.
Yeah, to grow this. And we're very, very excited about all things Highkey. Because we're not going anywhere and we just want a little bit of a break. We want a little self-care. We want to enjoy the summer a little bit.
I was going to say, we'll see you after the Summer Slutbatical, bitches. Oh, I got my cum goggles on.
Yeah, I'm very, very excited. It's going to be really, really great. To see what we got coming up next. Like, seriously. So we're taking a brief hiatus. We won't be gone long. Let us enjoy the summer a little bit. You know what I mean? You'll stick around, continue to stay subscribed, continue to follow, continue to like, honestly blow this interview up. So when we do get back, we can be like, bitch, what the fuck? But also we just love you all for being here. We really, really appreciate you.
And we'll give you the full tea with Mistress right after this break.
Yes, yes. Highkey. All right, we're back and we have drag queen, entertainer, and reality television personality. I mean,
shit stirrer.
Literally, when I think of this person, absolute breakout star from season 15 of RuPaul's Drag Race. Everybody welcome fucking Mistress Isabelle Brooks. Hi, queen.
Hell yeah.
The queen. This is what I normally look like.
Wow. Well, thanks for giving us both sides today.
I know, right? Listen, I don't know where y'all stand in the Luscious Massacre versus Bob the Drag Queen versus the World game, but listen, I'm pro drag queens not getting in drag. I don't give a fuck. I need some stacks to get in drag. For Mistress, it takes a good amount. I'm sorry.
Talked to Luscious about this weekend. And she's just like, it's something about Texas. She's like, it's something about the culture of like how Texas shapes drag queens. And she's like, high drag is just needed and necessary. And it's so interesting to hear that you're on the other side of this thing because you do high drag, babes. Like,
yeah, but this bitch has been through the machine, girl. Like Luscious is cute for that. And I actually really respect her and agree that most drag queens should be getting into drag for most things. But baby, you've been on the race. You see how your pussy gets squeezed out like at every little bit. Bitch is trying to take a sneaky photo of you while you're taking a shit. Like, girl,
no,
hell no. Coin me up and then I will be beat down.
Listen, I infamously did the press week for All Stars 10 out of drag. So I don't. You're speaking to the queen of don't give a fuck. And the first thing I told them at MTV, I was like, how much are we getting paid? Oh, no. Y'all can get Mistress for one day for that. And they were like, what? I was like, yeah, I'm coming in drag for one day. And they're like, but the press week is all week. I said, that's fine. I'll be there, but I'm not in drag. And the gag is Eleanor gets the most attention because I'm just a fucking man in a wig. At the end of the day, like you got to know where you fit in and how to stand out. And that's kind of what has built Mistress. And that's what's made her in this. I agree with Luscious to some effect, and then I also don't on the other side. But I think it's a case by case scenario. Like if you get a cameo from Deja Skye, you don't want to see Deja Skye as fucking Willie with no wig on. We want Deja Skye. You know what I mean?
If you get a cameo from Deja Skye, I don't want to see Deja Skye.
Stop. No, it's too early to start. Please, I'm trying to change the narrative. I'm a sweetheart now.
Wait, what is your sign? I really need to know.
I'm a Cancer.
Work. Whoa. So you are a demon. Okay, this all makes sense.
I'm okay, but here's the thing. I know. Okay, let me start off by saying I know nothing about astrology, astronomy, math, science. I don't know nothing about nothing. But everything that I've ever read about a Cancer is true. Like I'm an emotional Cancer though. I'm the crash out Cancer. Like I'm very crazy. Now I go into everything saying that.
I never would have guessed that you were a Cancer because like all the Cancers in my life, and I love you guys, are like sad sack wimpy bitches. Like they're like, oh, my feelings, oh, your feelings, oh, our feelings. And girl,
I actually think that's a stereotype. Most Cancers are terrorists.
I would say there's two. I find it at both extremes. No, for real. Either you're super, super emotional and like very blue hair barista. We got to like do everything. You know what I'm saying? Or you have like the real thugs, like who are just macking on everyone, acting a fool. I don't want to say I fit the mold, but I mean, hey.
Well, yeah.
But you're in there. You're in there. It is actually really wild, like getting to spend a little bit more time with you, getting to see you out and about, because not to be just some fangirl, but I loved watching you on Drag Race. Like what you did for that show and for honestly, for the queens who are getting on now, was remind people that you are allowed to have a personality. We are here to make TV. We are here to be our biggest, brightest selves. And if your biggest, brightest self is a bitch, like, why wouldn't you be that bitch?
No, yeah, I agree. I think it's, I don't know. Like I always knew that I was going to get on Drag Race because I knew that there was no one like me. And I know there's drag queens, like kind of like you said, like Luscious represents, we're both from Texas. We're literally cut from the same cloth. And that's why it's funny that we kind of dominate the online space as far as drag and like queer media right now, because there's like literally a million bitches just like me and Luscious. That's like all that encapsulate Texas. So, you know, I always tell the girls, go into anything where there's Drag Race or your normal content and just be your fucking self. If you're cringe and you're a fool, just be cringe and a fool. It doesn't matter, baby. You got to just go for it.
Girl, it's so real. And honestly, that's like what makes good reality TV, which is why I've noticed I personally don't make good reality TV 90% of the time. Like they try to get me on some like Real Housewives bullshit. And when you are giving me a plot, they're like, yeah, and then you and Cameron are going to go throw nasty little looks at Derek. I'm like, you can just see how not there I'm at.
Well, you know, that's so funny you say that because first of all, I want to say, you know, I start off every video with my disclaimer, World of Wonder, RuPaul's Drag Race. If you're watching, I'm so grateful to be here. And I'm so grateful that y'all are in the building. This is your legal disclaimer. Please click off. I know I'm with the winner right now, but babe, we're gonna have to spill our honest thoughts.
It's giving that was AI.
Exactly. I think that's kind of what went wrong with like season 18 and like even all the seasons since my original season of 15, because, you know, season 15 was the last one to win an Emmy. And I always tell people we were the first one to be on MTV. We're the last one to win an Emmy. And I think season 15, first of all, I don't give a fuck what no one says. None of the girls fuck with each other. Everyone on my season cannot fucking stand each other. It's not even when you remove me from the ingredients list, all these bitches are fake and lying to each other. But it's because everything that we did and everything we said was so real. Like everything that happened, it progressed so naturally. When we cried, we really meant it. When we fought and read the dog shit out of each other, it was all real. Now, was all that emotion from just me? Yes. But that's besides the point. And I think that ever since season 15, Drag Race has kind of tried to replicate and like create drama, manufacture, and like the best reality TV doesn't come from you telling someone to say something or do something. Like even on All Stars 10, like when me and Georgia stole the point, I thought of that in the moment. Like I did not go into All Stars thinking like, oh, I'm going to do this and that. I'm someone, I go into even my regular YouTube videos, I can't have a plan. I like to just go and whatever happens, happens. And that's why those moments are so special, because like, I'll never forget when I stole the point on All Stars, all the cameramen, all the producers, really everyone was like it was just like such like a mind fuck. It was so funny.
But girl, that is like real tea.
So I feel like your post Drag Race kind of like world that you've created, I feel like some folks have like sort of described you as like a Perez Hilton of drag. And I wonder if that's like something that you wanted. Like, did you want to lean into the messy? Do you want the Mistress brand to be messiness just because it works on the internet? Like, what more is there to you that you're showing?
She just said, you're a messy bitch. Do you have anything else?
I didn't say that. I said it in a nicer way.
That's funny though, because I find stuff like that to be offensive, because if you actually consume my content, you'll realize that most of it doesn't even really revolve around drama or X, Y, and Z. And that's kind of my qualm with the Drag Race fan base is if you look up Mistress Isabelle Brooks on Google right now, I mean, first of all, I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Mistress is one of the best drag queens to ever walk the fucking like world. In the Drag Race stratosphere, I can outperform anyone. I've still never lost a lip sync on Drag Race. And if I want to look $1 million, I fucking will. And I think that that's kind of why I learned my place after season 15, I learned my place in the fandom. Season 15, I wanted to win so bad. I looked at Drag Race like a pageant and I was like, okay, I'm checking every box. I was great at every challenge. My makeup's best. I have the best makeup in the room. I have the best costumes in the room. Like I looked at everything like a checkbox. And after season 15, people always talk about like my infamous blow up at the finale. Which let's not even get into that.
Oh, but we are. We'll put a pin there.
Like after season 15, I realized this is not real. And not that Drag Race is scripted, not that it's fake, but I realized what the Hollywood machine is. And then I learned my place very, very quickly. And I think that's why, like, I mean, Yvie was there with me for a while. I constantly worked nonstop season 15. I had like literally 10 days out of the year I was not in drag. And I did work the world. I did work the world for 6 months every day in drag. Wanted to kill myself, but that's besides the point as well. But after that, I realized it doesn't matter how good of a drag queen you are. It doesn't matter how good you look. None of that matters. What matters is your personality. People want to see the person they met on TV. So I understand now why the girls wear the $10 AliExpress costume, because their crazy ass fans are going to fucking praise them regardless. You know what I mean? And I think that, for me, I don't know what it is. I guess because I'm just, I'm never afraid to be myself. I'm never afraid to say what's on my mind. I'll say what I say behind your back to your face. And I think that people will stick that with my personality, where they think everything that comes out of my mouth is shade or messy. Like if you go on my Twitter, there's times that people, I didn't even do it with Yvie. I don't remember what you tweeted the other day. I put like a heart to it because I was like, oh, send my love. And people are like, oh, you're so shady. I'm like, because I'm putting a heart to someone. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? But people only want to consume you as they see you, as they know the character of Mistress. So if you actually consume my content, nobody does stuff like I do. That's why I have one of the best YouTube channels. The only one outdoing me is Trixie Mattel, and that's because she's grandfathered in. No shade.
I was going to say because she's white.
But listen, we love the doll, but you can only do so many makeup videos. No shade. Like if you actually look at my YouTube, I do stuff outside of Drag Race. It's kind of where I'm really heading and what I'm really trying to do. Love my Drag Race fandom. Love everyone who tied in with drag. But the stuff like that really upsets me. Like not upsets me, gets me mad, but like like, it's one of those things where like, I'm kind of on a journey right now, finding where Mistress exists in the world, because things have to change so much for me. Like at my roots, I'm a showgirl. And then I think people kind of belittle me into like, oh, you're like the Wendy Williams, or you just like do drama and this and that. If all I did was drama, I wouldn't have thousands of people pay me a Netflix subscription to be on the Patreon. If anyone was just reporting drama, you can go on any fag and see them doing that on Instagram for free. So obviously there's something about me that's special and talented, and content I make that's like worth consuming. You know what I mean? Now, am I changing the world and doing brain surgery? No, bitch, I'm playing Roblox. But let's, you know what I mean? So like, no tea.
Highkey.
But I mean, that's kind of just how it goes. It's funny because like a lot of what you said has literally been pouring through my brain in the last 24 hours. I don't know why. I was just thinking about how like when I went back to All Stars, I still played the game stupidly. Like I went back, even though I knew I wasn't going to win shit, I still was like looking for approval or looking to like change people's opinions of me. And that shit just like doesn't work. So what really does work is finding the things that you're passionate about, knowing that some crazy ass Drag Race fans are going to love it anyways. And then watching them fall off one by one as you upset them with this drama or that drama.
No, it's like, yeah, that's been kind of my journey right now. Like, obviously I have my little beard growing in. Like I took thank you. I'm gonna quit drag one day. But no, I've been like really on this journey of like kind of understanding who I am and what I have going on, because like, let me say, first of all, I am a cocky ass bitch, and I do it some of the time out of like jokingly, because I can't believe what my life has become. Everything I've ever wanted, I have manifested it. I can sit here and tell you, baby, y'all sat here and y'all dragged me through the comments and All Stars, baby. I'm sitting in a house that I own. My car, I'm debt free. I have my coins. And for me, in my mind, money's all that's ever mattered, because I grew up in poverty. I don't have a family to depend on. I depend on myself. So like, people always ask me like, how did you deal with all the hate comments on season 15? On season 15, you have to remember, they took a nasty fat drag queen from the slums of Texas. When I started to get that first booking, bitch, when I got some money, I did not give a fuck what nobody was saying about me. Like I literally did not give a fuck, because I was like, this is like survival to me. Drag is all I've ever known. So season 15, when people would talk about me, I literally didn't give a fuck. And I think season 15, people forget too, I guess, because I mean, for whatever reason, people always think I'm much older than I am. I'm 27 right now. When I filmed season 15, I think I was 22 or 23. I don't remember.
Girl, I forget, because you brought like the kind of energy that people really do only get from those long time, like, yeah, I've been in the room, you know, no,
it was a mixture of the drag and just being like a Mike Wazowski slouchy built bitch. You know, when you're a bigger girl, they just assume something. But yeah, no, people forget like, I have basically grown up in the public eye. Like I mean, even like before Drag Race, like I was a really notable drag queen in my town, and like it was big things that I just always have been with like a microscope on me, and like it's just annoying to like, people just don't want to let you live. Like I said, people just want you to be how they perceive you to be, and they don't realize, and what the Drag Race fan doesn't realize is y'all are the reason that all these drag queens are suicidal and they're over it. And like, you know, like no shade, like really, like I say all that to say, I'm very grateful for what I have. And that's why I continue to do what I do. I love what I do. But I think my passion of drag has shifted so far, because at the core of Mistress, I'm a showgirl. I love doing shows. I love performing. I love doing all that. But then time progresses, and now people are constantly consuming you, and you can have, bitch, every gig I ever go to, I'm in a fully beaded custom fucking dance costume. Like y'all, like the girls could literally fucking never. And I don't do that because that's what people are expecting. I mean, that's what I expect from myself. And that's why I say if Mistress needs to get in drag, that's what it requires, because that's who I am. And you can have all this stuff and people will still go and comment like, LOL, you're still mad you lost. And it's like, bitch, like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, and shit like that just drives me crazy, because I'm like, oh my God, like, you are literally giving me incurable AIDS and cancer mixed together. Like, I like, literally, girl, like, I just like right there stabbing you with like, oh, and yeah, and do you remember that thing that happened 10 years ago? No, you're still a dirty ass bitch. It's like, girl, shut the fuck up.
No, but I here's the thing. It's really interesting, because I'm like, haven't you all gotten to the point yet where is it easier said than done to just not look? to not like sort of watch? Or do you actually still really need to look because it also informs the sort of content you're doing? How much does that noise actually go into your process and what you're creating?
Here's the thing, and I tell all the girls this. First thing I tell, because for whatever reason, I always know girls who are going in to film Drag Race for the first time, they'll come and ask me for advice or everything. Hurt your feelings, read the comments, because then you become immune to it. And that's kind of where the conversation goes with it, because like people, like sometimes there are certain things that people will say where I will give a reply on Twitter, or like if things start to blow up, I'll say something, and then people are like, LOL, we got under her skin. She can always dish it, but she can't take it. And it's like, no, well, you faggots literally spend all your time talking about us. So if I can reply if I want to reply about what's being said about me. But I always tell people, like, comments don't, and I tell my fans as well, everyone on the Patreon, all my little supporters and little 1-2s, comments don't mean anything to me, both good and bad. If you come up to me and you're crying and you're like, Mistress, I love you so much, like I will say thank you, and it really does mean the world to me. But if you're sitting here gassing me up, it goes in one ear out the other. Because if you accept hate, you have to accept the love. And you know what I'm saying? If you accept love, you have to accept the hate. And it works both ways. So for me, the only person who I give a fuck is my own opinion. Like literally, like I don't care what anyone else has to say about me. I don't care if someone, like, the only things that have recently like gotten under my skin a little bit, and I think it's because it's a new experience for me, is when people comment on my body as a boy. That's like the one thing where I'm just like, oh, that's like weird. Like, and it's always a backhanded situation where everyone's like, anyone else think it's weird? They think Mistress is hot now. I'm like, y'all are fucking like weird as fuck.
Like that, yeah, that's like just double gross.
Back to my original statement. I tell the girls, read the comments until it hurts your feelings. And like, first of all, I read comments. I have a whole team that's dedicated to keeping up with everything. And my Patreon members will say, okay, back to the drama thing too. People think that I just sit here and scour the internet waiting for people to talk to me. Baby, I have a group chat of thousands and thousands of fans who literally will send me, if you mention Mistress on this podcast, they will clip it and say, what do you think? I literally will wake up to a log of X, Y, and Z, and I go through the files and I say, thank you, boo. Like that's just how
Mistress Army.
That's just how Team MIB works. And
utilize.
I think that I've gotten to the point where I can read comments about myself and I know what my triggers are. And again, not triggers. Nothing anyone says can ever make me upset or really hurt my feelings. The only things that really hurt my feelings when it comes to like professionalism and like anything to do with my job, because we know how fickle entertainment is already, and all it takes is one comment for people not to like fuck with you or consider you for something. And like, anyone who's ever worked with Mistress in any capacity, professionalism is always at an all-time high. I don't ever play with when it comes to money, my time, or your time, or anything like that. Those are the only comments where I will give a reply. If someone thinks I'm a bully because I look like their high school bully or whatever the fuck they want to say, that's kind of the gag of what the comments are for me. Like there's nothing ever new or original that like kind of shocks me. I think the only other comments that kind of get under my skin is when people think they know something. Like, because there's so many things the fans think they know about being a Drag Race girl that they would never understand. Like, for instance, like I'm taking a break from live bookings for like the past 2 or 3 months because I just bought a house. I'm moving into all that stuff, and I'm really focused on finishing my weight loss journey right now. And like there's some people, like I read this story the other day. Someone was like, that's why Mistress doesn't get any bookings. I'm like, if only you knew I'm literally turning down every single booking in my booking email, and big girls are eating off my fucking scraps, bitch. But it's things like that where I'm like, they just want to be in it so bad. But my advice to all the girls is read these comments, because then you know how to play the game. You let them think you don't know. And not even for Drag Race, for anything in your life, observe everything and everybody, and you play the game that way. Everything in life is a game. So you let people talk, and people are going to discuss. At the end of the day, y'all are literally getting on these fan pages and discussing us all fucking day long. Thank you. I appreciate it. You know what I mean?
Well, and my favorite part about that is that ultimately, like, it's funny because the producers, the first thing they tell you when they get on the show is they're like, don't read the comments ever. Don't look at what people are saying about you in the biggest moment of your life. And you're like, bitch, for real. Yeah. Girl, that's like telling a drag queen not to look in a mirror, girl. Like, yes, we do this for ourselves, but also I do this so that bitches will say something. And ultimately, I think what you can get out of, not only the thick skin, but you can pour that shit back into your art. I've made some of my favorite art because these bitches will not stop reading me. Like, the trash monster I've become is because of you. I could have been good at drag. I could have looked like Mistress, but you ruined that.
No, that is true. And also I think that a lot of people sometimes get offended with the things I say because they're like, oh, well, a lot of your fan base obviously comes from Drag Race. Let me say, I'm not shitting on the drag fans. If you love drag, if you love Drag Race, you support the girls, I love it. Which brings me to my next thing. I think that there's a fine line. If like I said, I like to read comments about myself, or my team will read comments. If I'm going into their safe space, if I'm going on to these Reddit threads, I'm infiltrating their safe space where they're allowed to discuss the show in however they want to. So that would be unfair for me to get my feelings hurt about what they're saying about me in this safe space. When you tag me, when you come to my inbox, that's when things go left. Because like I famously had this scandal where allegedly this boy had messaged me and told me to kill myself. So I'm on the plane. I'm just like looking at the text and I'm like, okay, tells me to kill myself. Click on his profile, had his Instagram link. This is on Twitter. And on his Twitter, he was like a panty boy and like had like all this stuff out, whatever, what have you. So he told me to kill myself and all this crazy shit. So I click on his Instagram, went to his tag pictures. Last picture was him and his mom. Screenshot his Twitter, send it to his mom and say, your son told me to kill myself. You should handle this. And then like everyone was like, how dare you do that? You crossed the line. So he can tell me to kill myself, but I can't tell his mom to come. That don't make no sense.
Good to come get her child who is clearly acting up in the world. Yes. It's also funny because like online world, I think people forget about it, that it is like we all have psychic powers. It's like a bitch is telepathic and you can choose not to read everyone's thoughts and shit. But girl, if you come in spitting some nasty shit into my thoughts, be careful because your mom's also.
Because you will never say it in front of my face if you were dead ass right. Like,
exactly.
Because adding someone to me feels like actually going up to someone's front door, ringing their doorbell and being shocked when they open like the door and be like, bitch, how did you get here? Well, girl, you're at my house.
I don't know when this is airing, but it is June 8th, 2026, and I have yet to get my ass whooped. I literally, people will come. No, I'm being serious, and I know one day it's going to happen. Mark my words, because people will message me, and we will go back and forth, and I'll be like, bitch, I'll spit in your motherfucking face when I see you. Come see me. I'm like, when I come to your city, I'm going to put you on the guest list. Come say this to my face. Oh, I'll be there. None of them ever show up. But one day, I think someone will be brave enough, and I look forward to the day.
I also don't think that's sustainable, though. There's you can't fight everyone, Mistress. You just can't.
Well, no, here's the gag though. And I say that because one, people need to realize whether you're messaging anybody walking on the street, someone you consider a celebrity, people are going to have responses. And I think sometimes people just need to be shook into reality that people, whether it's physical, verbal, emotional, someone is going to have a fucking response to you.
They're going to feel it.
And I think, that's real. And people need to realize that actions have consequences. When things happen to me, people consider me messy. I don't gag, bitch, because I already know what it gives. Like, if I like it, you know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, there's sometimes where I'm like, girl, there's my karma. That goes me being messy, and it's no tea. But like,
you said I should have sat about that.
Yes, but I feel like people just don't understand. Like, okay, like people will see stuff like that and they'll be like, oh my God, Mistress just always takes it too far. I'm like, well, what's too far? If we're telling people to kill themselves, like, what is too far? Like, I don't know. I mean,
your sisters thought you took shit too far though, which is like interesting to me because were they sensitive in not understanding just who you were and like the making of a TV show and how iconic it sort of all was? Like, why haven't y'all bonded like all like other sisters, I would say?
I've yet to have an actual reasoning behind anyone not liking me. Mm-hmm. Like, and with people, when you have a situation to rectify, there's usually a problem at hand where you would say, hey, you did this or said this. And then someone would have a reply to it and say, I'm sorry I did this, or this is what I meant. When people say they don't like me, or when people, it's always through someone told someone that told someone. Mm-hmm. It's no one ever coming directly to me, one. And number two, I always say this, I find it confusing that people will say they don't like me, but is it that you don't like me or I didn't give you my attention? Because like a famous one is like me versus like Tina Burner. I don't have an issue with Tina Burner because you don't exist in my world. Like after All Stars 10, she was really upset by like the rainbow wig, for instance. And I'm only bringing her up because that's like the most recent one like that comes to my head. She was upset about the rainbow wig. She tried to be in on the joke. which is, I think you should lean into a joke, whatever, what have you. But if you're mad about it, also just be mad about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And she kind of confronted me, but then when she saw that, like, I didn't give a fuck, that's when she thought it was like a kiki. But anyways, after All Stars 10, she mailed me the wig and like signed me a headshot and stuff like that. And I think that she, like, she wanted me to like do a video with it and like give her moment. But I was just so busy in that moment that I never did anything with it. I think I did it on my Patreon. Like, I like quickly did something, but like, I never like brought her to Mistress Monday. I never did anything like that. And it was just cause like, I don't think you're a good drag queen. So why would I waste my time with you or give you a booking? I don't think you would fill seats up. And I say this as a promoter. I mean, I know for real. I have one of the biggest I have one of the biggest shows in Houston, in Texas in general. I have a show in Houston, Austin, Dallas. I keep the girls in circulation. Like, trust me, baby, I am like the mafia. I'm the mob, bitch. We get the girls together. And that brings me to the point of like, people now understand how powerful the platform of coming to Mistress Monday. And I don't say that in a cocky way. I say that in a very, very grateful way, but the numbers don't lie. People do tune in. People do care what we have to say. And whether it's for me or for the guests, for the actual like content of what we're doing, I understand my platform. And for my platform, I'm only going to provide things that are entertaining to not only my audience, but to myself as well.
Yeah. Like, girl, it's got to be given something.
Yeah. Like with her, she always kind of like wanted to be in with me, but I just never entertained it. And then like, I remember like her fucking manager would like always call me and ask me to book her and I would just pay a dust. And I think that after that is when she started to not like me. So that brings us to my point. Do you not like me because you don't actually like me? Or do you not like me because I didn't want to play with you? Exhibit B, me and Willem. I don't dislike Willem and we're good now. But the whole point, if you watch the video, it's not that you didn't like me. You didn't like me because I didn't give you my time. And I'm very, very selective. And like I said, people don't understand this about me. Mistress is a character. Y'all don't know me. Y'all don't know me. And if you actually knew the real me, you would know I'm a very introverted person. I'm very to myself and I don't like to talk to people. I really genuinely don't.
I gotta speak on that because, you know, you spoke on, the fact that you were touring for literally all of season 15 year. I hopped in on Work the World after you'd already been in it for like months and I have continued to. I talked so much shit about the mistress I found. I was like my favorite person on television I'd seen in a while. I was like stan girl, excited to like watch her key and watch her rip. Bitch, the last day I was on tour with y'all, I remember like chewing you the fuck out because you were listening. Yeah, you were listening to like Ponzi scheme. No, not even. We didn't even really get into it. She was listening to like Ponzi scheme, like YouTube videos. And I lost my shit. I was like, you bitches are so fucking boring. You didn't go see nothing of Asia with me. And now you're just going to play Ponzi schemes when we could be kai. And I thought we were going to be beefing. Like I was expecting that. And so I was so shocked when you Tina Bernard my ass when I wasn't.
She paid it, bitch. She paid it.
Well, like for instance, like actually, I'm glad you brought that up. That brings us back to like when you were saying like, why don't your sisters like you? Why don't you get along? Things like that, for instance. Like, first of all, when I get ready, especially on Work the World, I had exhausted my playlist. Imagine getting in drag 6 months straight. Yeah. So I would watch like YouTube videos and stuff like that. And Yvie was like, at that point I was in it with Aquaria. That Yvie was like, bitch, turn the videos off. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like it was just like foolishness. So like stuff like that. I would never get upset with you or like I would never like there's certain dressing room etiquette. You know what I mean? If someone wants you to turn off the video, I'll be turning off the fucking video. Like, I mean, hey, we'll put some fucking headphones in or something. But like things like that, that's an instance where if she came and told me like, hey, I feel like you disrespected me in the dressing room because I need my private space to get ready too. I'll be like, okay, no, T, I understand. Like, I'm sorry about that. Like, whatever.
But that's that shit is we were both burnt and we were both over the bullshit and, I was annoyed that I was listening to Ponzi schemes instead of Gaga or whatever.
No, it was like Mark Zuckerberg, the rise and fall of Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh,
wild. Why were you listening?
Girl, I would just like let the most random videos play. Like, I'm sorry. Like, like the video is like how Mark Zuckerberg built a $7 billion empire. Like, I'll click on it. I'm sorry. Like, I really will.
Don't piss me off because that's so wild and so random.
It was wild.
Highkey.
I do hope though that there is an opportunity because your season is really is such an iconic season. And I think a lot of people have tried to duplicate how you were in this sort of you sort of kicked off new age
new
drag
villains.
race, like new era drag race, right? And I feel like a lot of people now are just so used to breaking the fourth wall, and it sort of has kind of, as a fan, has sort of ruined it when it doesn't feel natural, right? When it doesn't actually make sense. But I think for you, it just further proves that what you were able to accomplish cannot really be duplicated. You have to be your authentic self when you're on this damn show.
No, yeah, for sure. And I mean, I also I hate that I keep going back to it, but also because I feel like I didn't in my little note over there. That's another reason why I kind of just don't get along with my original cast, because I feel like at that point, I don't know if it's that they don't know themselves or they were just kind of shocked with how everything played out. But like, I think different people go into Drag Race expecting different things. And for me, I wasn't going to make friends with people. I was going to be Mistress and I was going to make my money and to win the show. And I think that also people don't take into consideration that I guess the whole grand thing is there's always stuff outside of TV or what you just see, whether it's a video, whether it's a show. And I don't think people realize that real people have real feelings, not even just me, but other people. And jealousy comes into play. People don't like that other people have more opportunities and y'all started at the same point. That's honestly is a big reason why people don't like me from my original season. And I'm not one of those people who are like, oh my God, she's so fucking jealous of me. But like a lot of my original castmates are very jealous because whether it's financially or the social pull you have. And things like that are one of the things that kind of hurt my feelings, because to truly know me is to know that I try to make opportunity for everyone. If you look at any of the dramas I've had on Mistress Monday, like the one video that always brings back is like Eureka, for instance. Like, do I make jokes at Eureka's expense? Of course, but I'd still always give her props. If you actually listen and consume my content, I always say Eureka's an amazing drag queen. I always say that I love Eureka. I always say that I feel like people don't understand that two things can exist at once and not everything is just black and white. Mistress is not just going to be the villain and the person you can't stand and she's always a fucking bully. There are multiple facets to Mistress.
You have to show that vulnerability though. Do you feel like you show it enough so that can register to people? I feel like we're seeing a very vulnerable side of you. And I think that's what I love about our shows in particularly, because people like queens can come on and be vulnerable. But like, I don't think you're showing it enough, honestly. I don't think people get to see this side of you.
But that brings me back to my original point is I don't think that's anyone's business, because people's job is to consume Mistress as the character. When you come and consume Mistress's content, it's to get away from like the reality of the world. And I actually was thinking about my original like inception of Mistress and drag as a whole for me, because I've been on this whole journey of like, do I even love doing drag anymore? Girl. And I think that when you come and click on Mistress Monday, you're going to see foolishness. You're going to see fun. You're going to take a break from all the political shit happening in the world, all the reality of what's happening. There are people who literally message me like, oh my God, I spent my last $10 to like join your Patreon. Like, I love you so much. And like things like that is what matters to me. I don't give a fuck if someone thinks I'm nice or if someone thinks I'm sweet, because if you actually spend time consuming my content, especially over on the Patreon, where if you like stuff like this, I talk like this to the Patreon members all the time. That's why we're so locked in, because I do have my vulnerable moments over there where it's kind of like a gated community where I can say what I feel without it being taken out of context. Because another reason I don't show this side is because I promise you, mark my words, when this interview goes up, they're going to clip it. They're going to take what I say out of context. They're going to go fucking crazy. I already know how people are. People don't like me, but it's not that they don't like me. They love to hate on me.
They love to hate you. It's different.
And I'll play the role. Y'all just make me filthy fucking rich. But like, it's just a weird thing. I don't know. And I don't know if it only applies to me, but I've noticed that it applies to me more so than other drag queens. And I'm very grateful, because that is what makes someone a celebrity. And that is what makes someone like me keep going.
I think Yvie and you all have that in common. Though.
I mean, I really feel that with you. I know, like specifically, at least from like the winner standpoint, I know that you cannot win without having everybody in your DMs telling you how much either love or hate. Like you were saying earlier, it all rolls the same way. But there's definitely a lot of hate because people are upset about whatever. And when I was saying I just like took that and made it my art, like I have so much fun doing bad drag now because people refuse to see what I put my heart and soul into as what it meant to me. And I honestly just think you're so fucking smart for being able to like separate these things, have your life for yourself. Cause unfortunately I made my brand my emotions. So
yeah, no. And that's the other thing too. Like I feel bad because especially as I've gotten to know so many more of y'all's faves and like all like the major Drag Race girls, like I don't give a, I mean, I'll say it. I always say it all the time. The fans are ruining drag and the love of drag for so many people. And that's kind of where I'm at in this moment where like I really had to take the last few months off because I had to sit here and say, do I like doing drag? Like, and do I enjoy being Mistress? Is it something I want to continue doing? Because, I never ever cry. And like, I never ever like really dive into things. I go to therapy every week, but for like, I don't really like, I'm not an emotional person like that. But I recently like cried for the first time in so long. And I was like, things have just changed so much. And like, I'm very, very grateful. And I'm in such a time of like self-reflection and like growth and everything. But like, I kind of feel like Mistress is like a bird in a cage and I'm just kind of watching her like chirp. And I'm like literally watching her and I'm like, I don't know how much longer I can do this or how much like how sustainable this is to live like this right now. Because like, I feel like I traded my safe space of what drag was to me and what drag has always been to me to be like consumed by faggots all over the world. And like,
at least you got faggots, girl.
You're in your Saturn return, right? I hate to be out woo woo.
That's what I was thinking.
You're literally in your Saturn return. And this is the time where you start to have these conversations with yourself. And I don't think it's like, you will figure out the answers if you're in love with drag or if you've fallen out of love and like how the fans are sort of impacting that for you. But I think it's because you're so ambitious and you want more. And for me, this conversation has painted that picture so clearly. Like you're not just doing anything just to be doing it. You are quite intentional. And I think that is something that you should always sort of remember about you and like your purpose and what you're going to do. And it's literally the magic of Mistress. And so
and also you are literally in your new era. I know you coined all that shit, but Saturn Return, girl, it is your growing up era. Like this is when I became the person who knows how to deal with the things I was just kind of going through because I learned what apparently you already had, which is just like to let some shit slide, to let some shit like be what it is, and that people are just going to try and take whatever they want from you. I'm so excited to see what you do in the future, girl.
We're gonna wrap this up, but like, what do you want to do next? Like, what's on the mood board? And if you're still figuring that out, that's a very valid answer. But like, what you want to do next?
No, and that's the thing too. That's kind of like what it all like encapsulates is like. I always tell people another reason why I think I was so authentic my first go around, and I mean both, but especially on season 15, is like I said, drag for me came out of survival. I've only ever done drag my entire adult life. I have no education. I have nothing else to fall back on. And people always ask me, like, even like, Plain and Corey, and it's who I talk to kind of the most, and Vanjie, everyone's always like, I don't know how you do it. Like, I literally will like, I will book the girls for my show. We film like 3 videos in a day. I will work nonstop. I wake up, everything, my whole life is devoted to Mistress. And I think people don't realize like everything for me kind of comes out of like survival mindset, because I think some people make the mistake of thinking that their fame or celebrity will last forever. And for me, I realize like it's like a dwindling clock. But like, I think sometimes it works against me because like, I think like, oh, I have to make everything happen right now, or like I'm going to lose momentum, or like I have to keep going. And like, it's always like a constant go, 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 go. And I think that each time I've been on Drag Race, I've thought like, oh, like, this will probably last for like a month or 2. I'll make my money and then go about it. But like really low key, I have like the most financial success when I'm not on TV and not on Drag Race, and like things that just continue to grow for me. And like, again, it brings me back to like how thankful I am, because I know from talking to other Drag Race girls and people who do need the bookings and like things like that me too. Listen, let me say, I'm not about booking at mistressisabelle.com. Come book me if you have some coins. But I say that because I know where everyone is financially in the world. And that's also why it is so important for me to create these shows like in Houston, Austin, and Dallas, because I can bring the girls out. I can pay them what I know I would want to come out for. And like, it's like I always tell my Patreon members, anyone on the YouTube, when you support Team MIB, I promise you're stimulating the gay economy. I keep the money in rotation. Everyone gets paid. Everyone gets their time in the sun. And that's why, like, I don't know. I think for me, it's just important to continue spreading the wealth. And that's kind of what I'm focused on right now, is like doing things outside of just Drag Race entertainment and just like Drag Race YouTube videos and things like that, because I think that my stardom has continued to grow. And ever since I was a little kid, I always knew this is what I was going to be doing. I didn't know what drag was called. And I think that's so fucking cheesy when people are like, I always knew I was going to be a star. But like, no, I swear to God, on everything in me, ever since I was a kid, I always knew I was going to be somebody. And maybe that's why I'm so cocky and why I always feel this way. But I can literally like pinpoint times in my life where like everything has led to being Mistress. And like in this moment, I don't even feel like I'm at my peak. I feel like something bigger and greater is coming. And I think that's why I get so anxious, because I'm like, well, what's going to lead me to that? Like, what is this? So I'm in
just
that
enjoy
realm.
the ride,
I'm still,
bitch. Just enjoy the ride.
Exactly. No, yeah. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. And that's kind of why like I'm taking a break from like doing live bookings, because like really, really hitting the ground, focusing on like my online content. That's obviously my bread and butter, and something I can do that other girls obviously can't do. Like I feel like a lot of girls, again, try to replicate like the YouTube and stuff like that. But there's always a secret sauce, and people can always tell when something's authentic. And until I figure out where I'm going, I'm sure I'll get in 1,000,001 beefs along the way. So just make sure you stay tuned.
Hey.
All right, Yvie, ask the question.
Okay. Every week on Highkey,
a major question.
Oh yeah, it's like the biggest question in the world. This has to be real, just like you were saying. What are you Highkey about right now? Could be a person, place, thing, idea, concept, food, dance, song.
Whatever you feel.
What are you Highkey about?
Right now, okay. Well, I mean, I'm on the journey of like self-exploration. So we're Highkey about Mistress. We're figuring out what's gonna make me fall back in love with her, where she is in the world. So I'm just trying to figure out what's gonna make Mistress feel Highkey. So stay tuned.
Girl, that is probably the deepest Highkey we have ever gotten, bitch. Fuck you for going that deep.
Now, the messiness inside me want to really find out why you blew up on season 15. So if you want to say that really quickly before we leave, we can put it in there, because I really want to know.
Why did I blow up on season 15? That's not confirmed.
Allegedly.
I mean, it's out there, so we can talk about it. So season 15, I literally, oh my God, I went crazy on all the producers, everyone. Like, it was like really wild. But like I said, and this brings me back to like even All Stars 11 airing right now that I'm not on. If people, and this is what really, really frustrates me about the Drag Race fandom. They want things to be real. They want things to be authentic, but then they don't want people to feel their feelings. If you want someone to be invested, you have to realize they spent their emotions, they spent their money, they spent their time, they put all their resources to put these things together. And if it doesn't, let's say that it wasn't rigged, no one cheated. If you lost, I tell people all the time, that's why before Drag Race, I didn't do too many pageants. I am a sore loser. I don't give a fuck. If I the type of bitch who will rip the crown off someone's fucking head, bitch. If I feel like I should have won, I should have fucking won. So
that's a pageant girl right there.
Yes,
bitch.
I'm sorry. And like, it was even worse for season 15 because, like I said, in that moment, it's where it clicked for me, where I was like, oh, this is not real. Because at the finale, I was the only one who got a standing ovation when I came out and after my talent. How can a bitch break the dancer's leg and make it to the end? That never made no sense to me. So I'm sorry, in that moment, I had to let them have it. And I did something similar on All Stars 10, but not in the grand scheme of things. And when I say go off, it's more so just, y'all can see how passionate I talk right now. So imagine when I'm fucking mad. And I never am like saying things with malicious intent or like saying like unforgivable things, but like, I'm going to tell you how I feel and you're going to sit and you're going to listen. And I don't give a fuck who you are, if you're RuPaul herself. And I think that's why people like RuPaul and all of World of Wonder respect me, because it's a mutual understanding. And like, even after I say my thing, and that's why I've never taken it online. Like with things like that, I think things like that don't benefit anyone. It's not the fans' business, it's no one else's business, but the people who are actually handling the business. And they know how I am, and that's why they continue to invite me to all the things. Don't forget to go see Stop That Train June 12th. But that's why I do stay in good standings with them, because they understand who I am and what I'm about. And the thing is, if you're a Drag Race girl, I love World of Wonder. I love Drag Race. I love all the opportunities. I don't say that. I know I make a joke about it, but I really am very, very grateful. Changed my life forever. And that will always be family to me. And family does fight. And at the end of the day, it's like if you have a fucking bucket full of bees and you shake it, you can't be upset when they're fucking mad. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, and they understand that too. That's why they know I say what I got to say to their face. That way I don't blow up later online and I laugh about it later. But yeah, season 15 blow up.
So many notes taken, bitch.
Who gives a fuck?
Mistress, I love you so much. I loved you on TV. I was such a fan, and I know you said yes to Yvie's DM because, of course, it's the iconic Yvie. But I thank you so much for coming on the show. It truly means a lot. And please come back whenever the fuck you want to. And, maybe Yvie will go on Messy Mondays and...
Yeah, we have to have Yvie on Mistress Monday. I'm going to bring you back. I need to bring you soon. I'm going to bring you to Austin. I think, have you been to Austin recently?
Nah, girl, not
there.
Recently.
Oh, really? I love Austin. Austin is so fun.
I was there for South by, and I also was just in Houston earlier, like in May.
Oh, the girls are traveling dolls.
You know what I mean? All right. We'll wrap this up. We gotta, we'll get our high keys right after this. Love you. We'll be back.
Hell yeah.
High key.
Let's talk about what our high keys were. First of all, Mistress, thank you so much again for being on the damn show. Ate that interview. And I love how her high key is literally,
her. She's
so excited about.
Well, and I relate to that question. Like, she was the person who said it the boldest. Cause I remember us like asking Bob and even a few other queens, sort of in the same vein. Like, how do you feel about what drag means to you, what like post drag race life is? And she's the second person after Anya to be like, girl, I thought about quitting. Like, I have to figure out what makes me happy with this.
Yeah, I learned so much about her. I feel like I even though I'm a fan of Mistress, I most definitely had my own sort of thoughts and perception of her, and the fact that this interview sort of shifted that for me in real time. I think you actually see that happening, was really beautiful. We got to see her in so many different ways. And so, yeah, I'm happy she came on the show. Thank you again, Mistress. Yvie, what are you high key about?
Okay, so I'm high key about a lot right now, but I'm gonna work from the things that I'm not allowed to like really be high key about to like more real things. So first of all, high key about connection. I'm just in a really good place with people, love loving people, love the ephemeral time that passes where we get to see our soul in somebody else's eyes. Realer than that, I'm high key about singing. I've just been doing it a lot.
Yes, I've been seeing you in your your Jennifer Hudson bag, in a full gown and giving vocals. I'm like, okay, sister, where did this come from?
Karaoke. I did some in Japan, and that was the first time I ever heard my voice back and was like, whoa, that was real. You weren't like putting on bullshit and shenanigans. But the real high key that I have is movies. I've got a movie day on Friday to literally go see like 4 things in a row. I'm going to see Stop That Train. I just saw Obsession. I'm going to see Backrooms, and I'm going to see Convergence Day.
I've already seen Stop That Train.
I've
seen it twice now.
I want to know. I'm so excited. I don't care if I'm the only faggot who's excited to see some faggotry on a big screen.
I need everyone to go see it, actually. I think it's funny.
What are you high key about, bitch?
I am high key about vacationing. My birthday is coming up. I'm tasking myself with taking at least a 3-day, 4-day vacation, doing absolutely nothing and resting. It's something that I'm just realizing I really, really need right now. And I'm very, very high key about just like not having any plans and just doing whatever I kind of really want to do. And then jumping back into it. I'm high key about rest. That's what I'm high key about.
That's hot. That's like a real hot high key. Yeah. I also like that because I don't think a real vacation is a vacation unless you're not doing anything.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Bitch, if we're hiking and biking and kayaking, girl, that's not a vacation. That's travel.
Yeah, it's like you literally are going to need a vacation after your vacation. Like that's, I don't want that sort of thing. I want a vacation where I literally wake up and be like, oh, what do I want to do today? Nothing. Sit here, order room service, or sit here, just go out to eat and literally do nothing but, I don't know, masturbate. That's what I choose to do.
Real vacation.
That's what I
shit.
choose to do. So yeah, that's what I'm high key about. I'm also very much high key about this episode and like I said, the audience, the listeners. Y'all are fucking my favorite people ever. And oh my God, I remember, I don't think I updated this, but I'm still watching Survivor and someone slid into my DMs telling me like what I need to watch. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for doing that. You're an icon because I'm taking it verbatim. So
that is exactly what you're going to be doing all summer. I already know.
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, in Big Brother, like I'm about to lock in, sister. I'm about to lock in. So I love y'all. We're gonna, we're taking a quick little break, but we will be back. And we'll
see y'all in these streets.
We will see y'all in the streets. It ain't even, you'll blink and won't even realize. So love you very much. We'll see you next time. Keep following us everywhere at Highkey here on socials, on YouTube. Subscribe and press that little alert notification button, the bell, so you know when we're back.
Ring, ring.
So yeah, we will see you all very, 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 very soon. Love you.
Bye, bitches. Happy agnostic summer.
I know. Happy end of Pride. Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
We made it.
Pride survival. I'm out of this bitch.
Mwah.
Yay Media Group.